Hello, how are you? It's been a while. I got a couple new toys and I was working on some things down here in my office, so I figured why not use the new toys and while I'm down in my main office, kind of have a meet. And I keep saying meet because I'm used to having Google Meets with my students, that are my current students. So let's see if anybody shows up here. I know it's Christmas Eve, and anyone that knows me knows Christmas is my favorite holiday. It's my favorite time of the year. So I've kind of been down here putting things together for my family and last minute wrapping and writing and stuff like that. So, and I just want to see how anyone was doing. Um, if anyone is here, and even if you're not and you're watching this later, Merry Christmas if you celebrate, Happy Holidays if you don't. I'm hoping you're on vacation and have a little bit of downtime. I see a couple of people visiting. I see Isaiah. I see Michael S. from last year. How are you guys? But for those of you who haven't been in my class in some time, and I'm hoping you visit, subscribe, by the way. I did put this up on my Facebook page. I don't know. I use Instagram. I don't know how to post stuff up there too well. I do Instagram live sometimes, but I don't know. No one ever talks back. Hey, Samra, how are you? But subscribe, and I hope to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. And anyhow, this year's coming to an end, obviously, in another week or so. Hey, Peter, how are you? And I just kind of, I get in that reflective mood this time. I guess most people do. We start writing New Year's resolutions and things. I'm not really about resolutions all the time because, to be honest, I don't always follow through with them. Especially this year was tough. But I just like to reflect on what went well, what didn't go so well. It was hard this year just being away from football. That really kind of messed me up. And not being able to teach live for most of the year has really been difficult. But there were some good things, especially with my family. Both of my kids, especially, Dallas really found his own personality, as did Kylie. And Dal got big. He's almost my size now. He works out with me in the gym, which is pretty awesome. And Kylie has just really developed this unique, distinct personality where she's into skateboarding and music now and self-expression and art. And I think that's really cool. So, I kind of live vicariously through them sometimes. So, that's why I'm kind of thankful. And then my wife, she's not working downtown anymore, but she's ecstatic about it. And she's just become a lot happier doing the things that she likes to do. So I'm pretty happy about that. Wondering how any of you guys doing? I see Isaiah. Hey, thank you. I just kind of wanted to express something nice in the couple hours before my family starts to come. The tradition here is usually my family comes here. And then Jen's family comes the next morning on Christmas Day. So that's kind of the normal way we do things. I wonder how you guys do things, if you have anything about that. I am thinking in 2021 of doing this live stream a little bit different, where it's not always going to be live, where I'll post videos, and I'm actually going to kind of recap or redo some of the lessons I used to teach. So if you were in my class in the past, maybe get a chance to kind of hear things again. I know right now, since we're remote, my students need most of the time to actually work in class. So I'm finding a lot of the time where it's just sort of like, all right, you have 20 minutes or you have 30 minutes to work on this, whether it's an essay or some reading or, answering some questions or completing a table. And I gotta admit, for me, it's kind of boring. I sometimes where I can't act things out and kind of get the interaction from them right away. I have to wait for a chat. Hey, Parisa, how are you? And for me, it's difficult. Sometimes students don't turn on their cameras and they don't really participate. So I think I might use the live stream to sort of present material. And again, it's without an audience, but in a way, when I'm remote live with a class, I can't do that anyway. So I feel like I can't get to the material, and then students can watch this as they choose to, or even former students can watch and just kind of relearn something. And for me, it's just a way of practicing my craft. I think I'm going to try that. I don't know. It's something I'm considering doing. Because even this right now, it's kind of cool seeing people pop up, but there's not an interaction. And that's kind of what I'm missing. I kind of miss being live in front of a class. In a way, I'm not an entertainer or performer, like a singer, but I do look at my class like they're an audience, and I have to kind of perform in a way to kind of keep them engaged in the lesson and makes them more likely to learn it. And I feel like doing this right now the way we're doing it. I'm doing the best I can. I hope my students appreciate it, but I know it's not the best of me, and it's nobody's fault. Again, it's not me. It's not a lack of, effort, but it just kind of, and I do see a bunch of my students are here now, and that's really cool. I see Parisa and Isaiah and Samar and Peter and Michael S from last year. But if you're listening, I wish you guys would participate more. I wish you would keep your cameras on. I think all teachers feel the same way, because sometimes it feels like you're talking to no one. Like right now, I'm looking at my screen. I have my camera's up on one screen, and I have my laptop here, my MacBook here, but I'm not getting any interaction. And as a teacher, the way that I teach, I'm missing that. So I hope in 2021, I hope all this COVID craziness passes. I hope people stay safe and smart until they get the vaccine, and then hopefully by the spring we can get back to it, whether it's hybrid or hopefully all the way live at some point. And then once we get all the way live, once things get something close to what was once normal, then I can think about class trips, and when I can think about coaching football again. And I'm hoping that happens. I'm happy and blessed. I haven't been, I was sick earlier this year, but not with COVID, just kind of, whatever. And that's passed. So I feel good about that. Well, thank you, Parisa. I think that, I don't know if my classes are nearly as fun right now. I'm trying, it's kind of weird. I don't like to compare myself to other teachers necessarily, but I would hope my classes are still engaging. I don't know if they are the same way, being honest, so I think a lot of students over the years feel that way, yeah, I get where it can be awkward, but imagine for us. I mean, I'm live 6 times a day, especially if it's like a discussion. Like I don't act things out quite the same way anymore, because there's no feedback. Sometimes you do something like I from anyone that's older here, I'll act out certain lessons. Like when I do Theodore Roosevelt, that's coming up in the next few weeks. That's going to be really difficult. I mean, I spend, I guess, 45 minutes to an hour just acting out elements of his story. It's like, how do I act out this guy's story, this fantastic president, this flawed president, but this fantastic story, without getting any feedback, with people just kind of sitting there? And I got to be honest, my number one pet peeve is when students just kind of sit there and don't react, don't write something in the chat at least, or, do something. Because after a while, it's just sort of like, what, I don't know. For me, it's hard to keep that going. So I really, that's part of the reason, like I said, in the lives with my YouTube channel, I think I'm going to start posting videos of me doing that anyway, and then you could watch it on your own time. But I also am hoping, since I do see so many of my current students on here right now, I do hope that, in 2021, you make a newer effort, a stronger effort to sort of, what can I do to make this class better? What me personally as a student, what can I do to improve my learning of this? Because it's going to help in high school and beyond. And again, I only see a few current students on. I don't see any of my older students on. Maybe, hopefully, you'll subscribe and watch this and comment on that. But over the years, I've heard from a lot of former students, from a few years later to many years later, talking about how they still remember the lessons, how they helped them through the history regents. And that makes me feel really proud. I love hearing stuff like that. But I'm hoping for these current students that I have, that they can appreciate how what we're doing here is going to help them later. That's really what I'm looking for. So I didn't mean to get all down about it. I kind of got myself down as I talked about it, but that's kind of my hope for the new year as far as being a teacher in front of people. We're not going to be, I don't know, Isaiah. I hope we're back. I don't expect to be back January 4th. That's for sure. I think we'll still be remote for a while, at least, especially right after the holidays. Not everyone's being really socially responsible. They're going out without masks. They're in large groups sometimes. And even if they are responsible, sometimes people get sick anyway. And I think, in this effort to try and keep this COVID from spreading, they're not going to have us, be at school yet. People have different thoughts on it, but I don't know if we're going to be back yet. I think we'll be back soon, but I'm not expecting it. But but I'm just an opinion. That's all it is. It's not. Don't go tell your parents. Oh, Bascom said we're not going back to school. I don't know. I'm just a guy. So anyhow, any thoughts, questions, wonderings? I like a couple of the questions and comments here, but it's kind of like having a Google Meet where I'm not hearing back from a lot of people. That's why I wind up not talking a lot as much as I normally would like to. So with that, by the way, I got my camera in a different spot. You can see more of my room, which is kind of cool. I'm wearing my Eddie Van Halen shirt. You see Eddie in the corner. What else do we have in here? Got Nirvana over there. Got Alex Rodriguez over there. Different assorted things in my room. My room's kind of got a hodgepodge of stuff that makes me up. Like those are pictures of me coaching over the years. And yeah, anyhow. Well, we're going to meet Peter right after the break. That Monday we come back, January 4th. I'm going to start conferencing with people and confirming your choices. And then you start right away. Like you're going to have a bibliography due to me before the end of January. And that's just a list of, at least the resources. And then from there, you should start reading, researching, taking notes. And hopefully do a better job of it because it's been really kind of difficult getting work from some students over the years. I know the people here are pretty good about that, but we're going to start pretty soon. Anyhow, any other questions, thoughts before I wrap this up? Good. I'm glad. I don't know your project choice yet. I kind of don't want to know yet. Don't spoil it. I'll look when I get a minute. But I'm going to start wrapping this up. So, guys, Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Happy holidays if you don't. Happy New Year. Enjoy your break if you're on a break. If you're not on a break and you're watching this later, I hope you have good thoughts. I hope things are going well for you and yours in your regular life. And if you're still in school, whether you're in my class or you're in high school or you're in college, keep your eyes on the prize. Keep looking forward. Keep trying to make the most of the time you have. And, hopefully 2021 is a lot better than 2020 in every possible way. All right, guys, I'm out. Be good.